Hey, Tom here from the Run Testers, and welcome to the next in our series of videos in partnership with COROS. Now, one of the major reasons that we like using COROS is that they frequently update the firmware across a range of their devices, which means that regardless of what device you have, you tend to see updates where you'll get new features and functionality added to your watch. This update includes the addition of maps across some of the devices, a new walk mode feature, and the ability to control your GoPro via the watch itself. So for most COROS users, there's going to be a new feature that is added to your device with this update. So we're going to go through these features now and talk about what the new update is going to give you as a COROS user.
The COROS Vertix 2 brought maps to the COROS range for the first time, and this update now rolls those maps out to both the original Vertix and Apex Pro watches. Both topographical and landscape maps will be available on the watches, making it easier for you to navigate during your outdoor activities. The new integration with Komoot will also help on this front. Once you link up your COROS and Komoot accounts, routes planned with Komoot will appear in your COROS route library to sync to your watch. This follows on from the recent integration with Strava's routes, and it will work with all of COROS's watches that offer navigation. The Vertix, Apex Pro, Apex and Pace 2 will now be able to use the Galileo satellite system, along with GPS, QZSS and GLONASS or Beidou. This means you have more satellites to call on when tracking outdoor activities, and European users in particular might enjoy an improvement in their tracking. A new Walk Sports mode is coming to the entire COROS range aside from the Apex. This has indoor and outdoor modes and uses a unique data field, steps, which you can use as your lap target instead of distance. Using steps over GPS distance tracking is more accurate when moving at walking speed, especially if you're generally out and about in urban environments. If you use a GoPro Hero 9 or 10, you'll now be able to control it from your wrist using the Vertix 2, Vertix, Apex Pro or Pace 2 watches. Once you've connected your watch to the camera, you can start recording videos or take a photo using your watch. You can also control Insta360's 1x2 and 1R cameras using this feature. If you use an ANT Plus power meter with your COROS watch, you can now calibrate it using your watch. And another handy update is the ability to use distance as a target in the rest sections of your workouts. That's very useful when doing workouts where you might do something like 1k hard with 200 meters recovery. One last thing to note is that COROS recently simplified the packaging on the Vertix to make it more environmentally friendly and dropped the price substantially too. It's now £449, $499 or €499. Okay then, so we've got all these new features loaded up on our watches. Tom, I think I know the one that you're going to be most excited about as a guy who's committed to buying every GoPro released ever. Have you rigged up your Apex Pro with the GoPro controls now?
Yeah, it's quite useful actually. I mean, for runners, it's probably not, not every runner's going to need to use this because not everyone's got a GoPro. But if someone like me who takes shots of running and films bits of running, it's quite actually really useful. So it's basically replaces the remote that you can buy that you get with the GoPro, and it just comes on the watch itself. So you can flick between video and photos just via your watch, set up your GoPro anywhere within range, and then just tap it to go when you want it to pick stuff up, which I can imagine is, for me, that's really useful because I end up having to press go and then running like 40 meters away and then running back to get the shot. But if I'm using this, it makes life a lot easier. But I can imagine for climbers and things where you set up the camera and then you're in a position, then you can press it. It's pretty useful.
And then how did you find the setup? Was it pretty easy? Like anyone could do it?
Yeah, I was pretty pleased with it actually. Sometimes when I'm connecting devices to my many cameras, I do have problems and it takes me a bit of time going through the documentation. But it was pretty easy. Just getting to the wireless settings on the GoPro 10, going to the Apex Pro and add in the device, the GoPro. They link really quickly. And then one thing that I did have to do, which took me a bit of time to work out, is you have to go into the app, or I did, I don't know if everyone does, but I had to go in the app itself and actually add the camera control to the Apex Pro settings screen. It wasn't there initially. So if you're trying to do this and you can't find it, you just go into the app and you just add it in there.
Okay, that's a good tip. Yeah.
But other than that, it's all fine and ready to go.
Nice, good stuff.
Okay, Nick. So we all know that you're a big fan of maps and routes. How will you use this Komoot integration? Is it going to be useful for you?
Yeah, massively. I love planning out a route. Like I'm kind of known even within my running club for getting lost quite a lot on the run. Even on race, there's like a 5-mile race which I've done like 2 or 3 times, and often there'll be someone behind me just shouting, "You're going the wrong way again, Nick." So when I do my own runs and I haven't got someone to shout where I'm going, I do like to create routes, spend a bit of time doing it, and anything that makes it a bit easier to get onto the watch is always useful. So Komoot is a really, really good route planner. A lot of people are probably familiar with it. It shows you a lot of information on your route. You get things like your elevation, the kind of difficulty rating. You get a little bit of information on the kind of surfaces you're going to be running on, so you know if you're going to need trail shoes or just road shoes. And basically, to set it up with the COROS, you go into the COROS app, you link it up like you would any other third-party app. If you've already linked Strava to your COROS account, for example, it's done in very much the same way. You go into that area of the app, click link it up, you get directed automatically to kind of fill in your email for Komoot and all that. And then it just links, and then next time you create a route on Komoot, just go into your COROS routes library, refresh that, and it will pop up there kind of automatically, really quite quickly after you've created the route. So if you're actually, something I end up doing quite a lot is panically kind of creating a route just for I'm going out for my run, can quickly do that, and it'll be on the watch. And in the past I'd have had to kind of airdrop the route to my phone and that kind of thing, or email it. So it's just a bit simpler just to have it turning up automatically, and especially when it's encouraging you to use a pretty good route builder in Komoot.
Yeah, and you spend a lot of your time running in forests, don't you? So you do need a little bit of help when you're running around.
Exactly, yeah. I'm genuinely quite good on actually knowing point to the compass which way I should be going, so I can get in the right vague direction to home. But in a forest, there's so many paths that kind of just twist round, and before you know it, you're actually going the wrong, back the way you came almost, or something like that. And picking the right path between 3 is, and also it's really great in particular for using it on the watch that have the maps, like the Apex Pro, the Vertix, the Vertix 2. Having a route that's on there really easily just gives you that little bit of context you get from the map. It's very hard to go wrong. Even I haven't managed it yet. So yeah, it's been really helpful for me.
So there's another feature that's been added to the update, which is using distance for your rest sections. Is this something you're quite interested in?
Yeah, so I wanted to kind of flag this one up because it's not the biggest feature update, but I do lots and lots of workouts where my rest period is kind of a kilometre or 200 metres. So on the track it might be run a K, do 200 metres recovery, go into another K, or I do a lot of workouts where it's kind of run a block of 3K 5 times, and in between you'll be doing a K kind of float recovery instead of actually just resting for time. So just having the option on the watch, when you're setting up the workout to say, this is a recovery, but you've got to hit this distance, then you just can just keeps you ticking over. It's it's just in tune with my training, so it's just a nifty little addition that I really like, just because it makes my life a little bit easier rather than kind of working out the distance myself and kind of doing a manual lap or something like that.
Yeah, and using this on road, trail, and on track?
Yeah, at the moment I'm doing a lot of cross country kind of workouts. So actually, a lot of them are just to time because distances, you never know how far you're going to go if you're running up a hill. So a lot of them are on time. But when I'm on the road, on the track, there's a lot of distance based rests. And so when the cross country season's over, I'll be back out on the road and the track for most of my workouts. It's starting to get a bit grueling now on the muddy grass. So I'm looking forward to that.
So that's it from us, covering the latest firmware update from COROS. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click that little bell icon. And make sure you check out the channel for all the videos we've got from the latest road and trail shoes, as well as watches and headphones out at the moment. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.